What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and today we have a bunch of new cards to talk about, including new Marincess support, new Fallen of Albaz support, and new um Mayakashi, I think is how it's pronounced. It's a zombie archetype. So let's just jump right into it, and please stay to the end of the video because I kind of have an announcement. So first up, we got Marincess Coral Triangle, which is a Water Cybers level 3 link, or not level 3, link 3, excuse me, and its arrows are up, bottom left, bottom right, and requires 2 or more Marincess monsters. And its first and second effects are hard once per turn. Cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this card except for waters. You can send one water monster from your hand to the graveyard as a cost, and one Marincess trap card from your hand. If your opponent controls a monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon any number of water links whose total link ratings equal 3. So, I will admit I'm not, 100% versed in Marincess. I do know, however, that this card is really, really good for the deck, and the only reason I know that is because I've heard a lot of chatter saying that it's just really, really good, and it's what they've all been looking for, and all that, and the whole Marincess groups and stuff like that are really, really excited for it. So I'm happy for them. So it's probably a good card then. Next up, we got a few new Fallen Albaz fusions and some trap cards. So we got Branded Blade. You can only use one of the first and second effects of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. First effect, banish any number of branded spell or trap cards from your graveyard, then special summon any number of Iceblade tokens, which are Dragon level 8s with Dark with 2500 attack, 2000 defense, and then its second effect states you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one of your banished Fallen of Albaz or monsters that specifically lists that card in their text and add it to your hand. So this card allows you to not only, so you can banish your spell and trap cards to summon the level 8s, which allows you to fusion summon into some of the other monsters because they require a higher level, some of them do. And then the second effect, if you don't want to use that effect and you get this in your grave somehow, lets you get your Fallen of Albaz back, which is really, really good. The deck does like having that stuff. I played a little bit, mainly with the cards that revealed with the structure deck in case I decide to pick it up. It's pretty interesting. I think it's kind of cool. I think this card is okay for the deck. The deck is kind of like a slower-ish deck anyway. And then we got a counter trap that called Branded Condemnation, which is states you can only use one of the first and second effects of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. When a spell trap, or monster effect is activated that includes a special summon of monsters, return a fusion monster that lists Fallen of Albaz as material to the extra deck. You control one you control or two from your graveyard. And if you do, negate the activation, and if you do that, you destroy the card. Second effect states, banish this card from your graveyard, then target one branded spell or trap in your graveyard except for itself and add it back to your hand. This card is also very, very good. You can when I was playing basically with the structure deck, I learned that you can pretty much burn through your fusions pretty easily. Also, Albaz is like kind of linked to like a bunch of things. So you can have like Albaz and have a Dogmatica engine, so you can send your monster that specifically lists Fallen of Albaz with into your servant and stuff like that. And yeah, then you can shuffle things in from your graveyard that you threw out to search for and stuff like that as well. So this is a good way to negate things like that. This can negate Destiny Hero Fusion and ways to bring that out so that you don't have to get blown out by Destiny and Dragoon if you're going first. So that's really good. Or the Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, not Destiny and Dragoon. Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. Also, this card allows you to stop them from summoning what's it called? Red Eyes Dragoon. So very, very good card. And all that for the deck, because I believe there's also a way to search it. But now we go to Mirrorjade, the Iceblade Dragon, which is a level 8 Dark Worm fusion effect with 3,000 attack and 2,500 defense, so it has blue eye stats. And its materials are 1 Fallen of Albaz, plus 1 Fusion Synchro, Xyz or Link monster. Once per turn, quick effect, you can send 1 Fusion monster that lists Fallen of Albaz as material from your extra deck to the graveyard. Banish 1 card on the field, or banish 1 monster on the field, but its effects. This effect cannot be used again next turn. Its third effect states, if this face-up fusion summoned card you control leaves the field by your opponent, you can activate this card effect, destroy all monsters they control during the end phase of this turn. So, what the first effect means is that you can send a monster that's listed and all that to banish any monster on the field, and it doesn't target. Really good. But then you can't use it on the next turn, which means that if you used it on your turn to get rid of like a problem monster, you know, that they already had, then you can't use it on their turn, but you can use it on your next turn. However, if you wait till their turn, you can't use it on your turn and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure what it's mean because of the way the turn counters work in Yu-Gi-Oh! How a turn is not just your turn, it's your turn, their turn, your turn, their turn is how the turn counter works. So if I went first on the die roll and I made this on your turn, that would be turn 2. So I would banish something on turn 2 with its effect. Then when it comes back to me, that's turn 3. You know, assuming I don't get OTK'd or, you know, you don't break my board and OTK me. So if I go to here, go mine the field, I can't use it on my turn because it is the next turn in the thing. So yeah, that's what it means. The third effect is pretty good as well. So this effect, though, is probably the best effect it has because this means that it fuels your counter trap as well. Then we got, for our last Fallen of Albaz card we're going to speak about, is Rubellion, the Divine Dragon Flame, which is a level 8 light Dragon Fusion effect monster with 2,500 attack and 3,000 defense. Its materials are 1 Dark Monster plus 1 Fallen of Albaz, and you can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. If there's a fusion summon, you can discard 1 card, fusion summon 1 level 8 fusion monster from your extra deck, except for a copy of itself, by shuffling in fusion materials listed on it into the deck from among cards on your field and in your graveyard. And or face up banished, but for the rest of this turn you cannot attack and you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except for fusion monsters. Let me double check that there isn't anything. Okay, so I think this card is pretty neat. Allowing you to, once you fusion summon, this is like the first stepping stone, you step stone into this, and then you shuffle that stuff back, and then you fusion summon into this right here, and then you probably set the branded condemn, and that's where you want to be on your first turn. That way you have 2 bodies on board and a removal and a negate, which is pretty good. I think this card is, like I said, it's a good stepping stone, and it's pretty neat. Be interested in seeing what people do with it, because I'm not super well versed in this deck, but I did kind of have fun playing it when I used the older cards, or the cards that we already covered when we revealed the structure deck. Also, there's pretty cool tokens. Last but not least are the Mayakashi support, and we have a few cards to talk about for them. So we got Yuki-Onna, the Icicle Mayakashi. It's a Link 3 water zombie effect with 2,400 attack, and its link arrows are bottom left, bottom, and bottom right. So it doesn't give your opponent 1 at all, just opens up all 3 zones for more link summoning shenanigans. Second and third effect of this card's names are hard once per turns each. Second effect states, if this card is special summoned, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. Second effect or third effect states, banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon one zombie synchro monster that lists that is banished or in your graveyard. So a good way to make this card is with IP Masquerena. So you use Masquerena to summon this out. This effect will summon out, and then you can negate an effect. You have to do that on summon of a card. So if they have like an activated effect, let's say Anaconda, okay? So they make Verte Anaconda. You activate IP Masquerena, go into this, target the Anaconda as soon as you get priority after the summon of the Anaconda resolves and where you can respond, because that way that they can the link or they don't get the fusion summon and stuff like that. There's other cards that you could probably stop along the way. Because of the way the chain works in Yu-Gi-Oh, keep in mind that you don't want to do that in response to an effect that's already being activated. You want to do it before the effect activates. As far as the other effect, as the third effect goes, it is pretty cool because if they do, get over this, as Mayakashis can synchro summon and they synchro climb up and all that, and then they make a link usually, and then they summon this easily. That's something that you can do as well, which is really cool. And this is gonna summon back one of your synchro monsters as well. So I think that this is a very, very good card for the deck. It's very necessary. So yes, great card for all you Mayakashi fans. And then we got the last but not least card, Ghost Meets Girl, a Mayakashi and Shiranori's Tales. The normal trap card. First and second effect of this card's name once per turn and only once a turn, so you have to choose which one you want. Tribute one Mayakashi or Shiranori synchro or link monster. Neither player can special summon monsters from the hand, deck, or extra deck for the rest of the turn. Woo! That's power. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished zombie monsters and return it to the grave. That card is pure power. So, this part says you don't get to play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! This part lets you refresh your Mizukis and other stuff like that. This card's pure power. So, yeah. It is a trap card. And I don't know if the Mayakashis really want traps, but it is pretty cool nonetheless. And this is a very powerful floodgate type effect. So that's going to do it for this video. My announcement is that we are having a card trooper format tournament over in our Discord. I will leave a link to our Discord in the description if anyone is interested to join it. You can go to announcements. If you do decide to join the Discord, you can go to announcements and do that. And it'll explain how to join the tournament. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. And if you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays with any of these decks or any other deck, my email is in the description, JankyYGO@gmail.com. I would love to see them. If you are interested in playing me in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe one day, I do stream on YouTube, so be sure to turn on notifications for that. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.